It was good boxing as and fight fans around the world. B Marsh with another boxing video. So I was watching this fight right here between AB and Danny Garcia. Excuse me, Mikey Garcia. And yo, man, this fight was quite disappointing, man. It wasn't quite the fight that I expected. It wasn't competitive, you know what I mean? I got this fight AB, I only gave him 3 rounds, you know what I mean? I gave him round 1, round 9, and round 10, you know. Um, Adrien Broner just did what I thought would happen in my prediction, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought the man AB wouldn't, his punch output would be low. Adrien Broner would land the combination punches. But what surprised me was, for the majority of this fight, Mikey Garcia was walking the man Adrien Broner down. I totally did not expect that, you know what I'm saying? I did not envision that when I pictured this fight in my mind, you know what I mean? I didn't expect AB to be on the back foot. Of course, not fighting off the back foot because that's not what he specializes in. But the man was on the retreat mode. You know what I mean? The man Adrien Broner was you know, he was on his back foot. He was fighting backwards. You know what I'm saying? But not fighting backwards like throwing punches. He was just on retreat. You know what I mean? Mikey Garcia in the first round, which I did give AB, he was very patient. You know what I'm saying? And AB was too. It was almost kind of like a feeling out round, but AB Broner had the more authoritative jab, you know what I'm saying? And he did land some nice jabs and left hooks, you know what I'm saying? Clean left hooks, you know what I mean? And, you know, it was a close round, but I still gave that to AB, you know what I mean? Besides that, Mikey Garcia definitely had the better punch output and variety going to the body, which is not no, which he often doesn't do. But in this particular fight, he went to the body often. You know what I mean? Something that AB didn't do until the later rounds. You know what I'm saying? Especially round 9 and 10, which I did give him. You know, but Mikey Garcia was throwing jabs. A lot of these jabs that these guys threw both of them landed at the very same time. You know what I mean? I don't know if I've ever seen a fight where majority of the jabs these two guys landed, even though Mikey did land more jabs total at the end of the fight, but a lot of these jabs they landed at the same time, you know. But Mikey Garcia had the better, cleaner, effective punches, combination punches, you know. He just was going to the body more. You know what I'm saying? Adrien Broner would have this guy in close quarters, but he ain't letting his hands go. That disappointed me, you know what I mean? He ain't have that rapid uppercut, which is an AB special. He ain't throw it enough, you know what I mean? He seldomly threw that uppercut, you know, and even seldomly threw his right hand. And in my opinion, when he threw his right hand, he did have some success. That's why AB drew blood. That was off the right hand, you know what I mean? In round 9 and 10, it was in round 10, AB did have a nice left hook. Boom. One of the best punches in the fight, you know what I mean? That kind of backed the man Mikey Garcia up, and he was like, man, you don't want to feel no more of that power, you know what I mean? You check it, but for the most part, Adrien Broner, he was a slow starter in fights. He started off decent in round 1, but everything was downhill after that, you know what I'm saying? He just couldn't, his stance always kills me, you know what I mean? You know, his legs be too far apart. And also when he was on the ropes, he did try to do that shoulder roll, man, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, sometimes when AB does the shoulder roll, it's like he does it with the wrong shoulder. You know what I'm saying? He's an orthodox fighter. He should be having his left shoulder covering his chin, but he be having his right, which leaves him open for counter right hands. And he was getting caught with those, you know what I mean? And I just didn't understand his game plan tonight. And coming in at 138, man, when I saw that yesterday on the way in, I knew it was dangerous, man. I mean, why would you come in at 138 when the limit is at 140? You could look at his body right here. This is that physique he had when he fought guys like DeMarco and fellas like Ponce de Leon. He looked smaller than Mikey tonight. Let's be honest. He did. He looked smaller than Mikey. So I didn't envision the man Mikey Garcia walking the man Adrien Broner down the way he did. Man, I'm glad I ain't put no papes down on this fight, man. I'm glad I didn't, you know what I mean? I thought it was a 50-50 fight going in. But, yo, the man Mikey Garcia, man, he proved that his skill set, you know, in boxing, I'm a fan of boxing, right? I like boxer punches. That's my favorite style. A guy like Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, them type of fellas, you know what I mean? Sugar Ray Robinson. But one thing about um, Mikey Garcia, his power looks like it can carry up, you know what I'm saying? As far as keeping guys honest with his power, and that's what he did tonight. You know what I'm saying? His jab busted up AB's right eye. He even drew blood in AB's mouth. AB drew blood on the man's nose, you know what I'm saying, because of them right hands, but they were seldomly thrown. That's why he didn't land that often, you know what I mean? But in my opinion, if he let that right hand go, man, he would have had success, you know what I'm saying? Especially if he walked the man down the way he did in like rounds 9 and 10 and also in rounds 11, you know what I mean? Even though I did give round 11 to the man Mikey Garcia, but you could see Adrien Broner was closing the distance and smothering the man, but he wasn't throwing punches in close quarters, you know what I mean? And that's what kind of setting back. If he had them kind of punch variety like guys like Manny Pacquiao, when they get close, in and out style, he would have got success in this fight, you know what I mean? But he was close quarters and they ain't letting his hands go. He's right there chest to chest with the man for like 5 seconds, and AB's not letting no punches go. But the man Mikey Garcia is backing the man up, letting his hands go. Rounds 11, Mikey Garcia boxed excellently off the back foot, you know what I mean? The way he did Dejan Zlatikin. And that's the only round he really did box off the back foot, really, you know what I'm saying? Dejan Zlatikin, he boxed basically all 3 rounds off the back foot. But this fight, it was only that round. For the majority of this fight, this guy was a come-forward fighter. And that just perplexed me, you know what I mean? And Adrien Broner, you know, the man, you know, I only gave him 3 rounds, now rounds to 3. You know what I'm saying? But 117 to 111. But, you know, Adrien Broner, man, he didn't look good tonight. You know what I mean? This was just, it was a bad showcase. And, you know, this is what's been happening when he gets these big step-up fights. You know, when he lost to Sean Porter, man, it was a whitewash. Despite him knocking him down in the 12th round, that was the only success that he had in that fight. But Mikey Garcia, let's talk about him, man. He fought an excellent fight, man. The punch variety. Man, in the 12th round, the man Mikey Garcia threw over 100 punches. He threw over 100 punches. You know what I mean? He was a stronger fighter going up in the later rounds. You know what I'm saying? This fight, you know, like I said, I always pick boxer punches. That's my favorite style. I'm almost pick a boxer to win 9 out of 10 times, you know what I'm saying, when they facing a guy who's not basically a better boxer than them. But that don't mean that a guy who's not a better boxer, like let's say Sean Porter versus Keith Thurman. I had that fight a draw, you know what I mean? A lot of fellas thought the man Keith Thurman would whitewash the guy, but Sean Porter showed his brawling style is effective, you know what I mean? Just like when Jake LaMotta beat Sugar Ray Robinson, you know what I'm saying? The only time he did. The brawling style can be effective if you can get up in a fighter who doesn't want to really engage in fighting, you know what I'm saying? He'd just rather box. And those were guys like Mark Breland versus what's the man's name? Marlon Starling. You know, that fight right there was a guy, Mark Breland, who's a boxer. In my opinion, it was a better boxer, had an excellent jab, fights excellent off the back foot, and you know, using his jab and using his distance. But the man got mugged in that fight by Marlon Starling, who was a smaller fighter, you know what I'm saying, who just got up in his grill, fuck that boxing shit, throw that shit out the window, and just go ahead and maul the guy, you know what I mean? And the man AB is a guy who I thought that would be his tactic. Fuck that boxing shit. I'm just going to maul this guy, beat the shit out of him, smother him, put my head on his chest, go to his rib cage, make this a inside fight, and just make this an ugly fight, but just tear and wear him down. But that wasn't what he did, man. So Mikey Garcia gets a lot of props for this fight. The best fight on his resume, biggest fight of his career. If he lost, it wouldn't be that much pressure like it is for AB. Because where does AB go from here? Who the fuck could he beat? I don't think he could beat nobody at 140 like the champions. There's only 2 champions. He can't beat Bud. He can't beat Ndongo. You know what I'm saying? Okay? At 147, he ain't beating none of them champs. He ain't beating Errol Spence. He ain't beating he ain't fighting Lamont Peterson. Look at AB. He even cut his beard. He ain't even have his beard that he got from Lamont Peterson, you know what I mean? When he comes up and trains in D.C. He cut his beard. He looks like the AB who fought fellas like DeMarco, you know what I mean? He tried to take it back to the Can Man, you know what I'm saying? But he can't beat nobody really at 147, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what's next for AB. I don't. But what's next for this guy right here? Mikey Garcia said he'll go down back to 135 if he gets big fights, you know what I mean? I'd like to see him fight guys like Linares, you know, just for unification, just to say you're a unified champ, you know what I mean? I don't think, no, not that I don't think, I know. He's never had a WBC belt. But actually, that guy's not even the WBC. I'm bugging, dogs. I'm bugging. He holds a WBC belt right now. Excuse me. He holds that the one he got off Dejan Zlatikin. You know what I'm saying? But I like to see him unify with the man, because I'm still thinking that Linares still got that WBC. But he got the WBA. Go for it. You know what I mean? Go for unification, because you ain't beating Bud Crawford. I don't think he will, at least. You know what I'm saying? And actually, maybe he can go for the winner of Bud Crawford. If that's a big fight which will satisfy his pockets, he could go for the winner of Bud Crawford versus Ndongo, you know what I mean? For all 4 belts. Put it all on the line, you know what I'm saying? And if he does that, that'll be big time for him, you know what I mean? But this was a good fight, great tactful fight, and I was quite entertained, man, you know. I love these type of fights right here, you know what I'm saying, where we don't know who's going to go in. Win the fight, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning. But, you know, I picked Mikey Garcia to win, and he did, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't think he'd win this easily, you know what I'm saying. Big ups to Mikey Garcia. AB, I wish he won, but he didn't. But it is what it is, man. It's boxing, you know what I'm saying. I feel better with my pick than, you know what I'm saying. It just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying. B Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this fight. I'm out. Peace.